He was the mind behind the money, a shadowy figure whose name echoed in the hallowed halls of the U.S. Senate and the neon streets of Las Vegas. Meyer Lansky, the mob's accountant. Today we delve deep into the life of one of America's most enigmatic gangsters, unraveling the myths and uncovering the man behind the legend. Hit that subscribe button and let's embark on this journey together. Meyer Lansky was born Meier Suchowlański on July 4, 1902 in Grodno, then part of the Russian Empire and now in Belarus. The region was fraught with political unrest, economic instability, and anti-Semitic sentiments, providing a challenging backdrop for Lansky's early years. His family belonged to the Jewish community, which faced constant threats and discrimination, setting the stage for Lansky's tough-as-nails demeanor that would serve him later in life. Growing up in these trying circumstances, Lansky was exposed to the harsh realities of life at an early age. This environment potentially contributed to his ability to navigate the underbelly of American society with a pragmatic and coldly analytical mind. His family, seeking better opportunities and an escape from the anti-Semitic persecution they faced, decided to immigrate to the United States. In 1911, at the age of 9, Lansky arrived in America with his mother and brother, joining his father, who had immigrated earlier to find work and establish a foundation for his family. They settled on the Lower East Side of Manhattan, a melting pot of ethnicities, cultures, and importantly, organized crime. The bustling, overcrowded neighborhood was a breeding ground for criminal activities, including gambling rings, loan sharking, and protection rackets. Despite the challenges, the Lower East Side was also a place of opportunities. For young Lansky, America represented freedom and the chance to escape the oppressive conditions he had known in Grodno. However, the opportunities that most captivated him were not the ones that led to the American dream as conventionally understood. Lansky was quick to recognize that the quickest path to financial stability and power was often outside the bounds of the law. Lansky attended school but was often involved in street fights and criminal activities, signaling his early attraction to the underworld. It was in this phase of adolescence that he met Benjamin Bugsy Siegel, who would become his lifelong friend and criminal associate. The friendship was emblematic of Lansky's approach to life and crime, calculated, strategic, and based on mutual benefit. Together, they formed a small gang engaging in petty thefts and illegal gambling, laying the foundation for what would later become a sprawling criminal empire. In addition to his partnership with Bugsy Siegel, Lansky was also influenced by the larger-than-life criminal figures of his neighborhood and era. These early mentors showed him the ropes of organized crime and offered lessons in both what to do and what not to do. However, what set Lansky apart was his intellectual bent. While many were engaged in the brutish, physical side of crime, Lansky was more interested in the mechanics, logistics, and most importantly, the economics of illegal enterprises. This proclivity for understanding the business aspects of crime would become one of his defining characteristics, setting the stage for his meteoric rise in the American underworld. Meyer Lansky's ascension in the criminal world was significantly influenced by his strategic partnership with Charles "Lucky" Luciano, one of the most influential mobsters of the 20th century. Their bond, which began in the rough neighborhoods of New York, was built on mutual respect and shared ambitions. While Luciano had the muscle and charisma, Lansky brought an unparalleled financial acumen and strategic mindset to their partnership. Together, the duo would change the face of organized crime in America. Lansky became Luciano's trusted advisor, helping navigate complex intergang politics, setting up lucrative deals, and often serving as the mediator between warring factions. Their partnership was cemented through mutual trust and a shared vision for a national crime syndicate that would bring order and profitability to the chaotic underworld. Lansky's vision extended beyond the streets of New York. Recognizing the vast potential in legal gambling, he and his associates, most notably Benjamin Bugsy Siegel, ventured west to Las Vegas. While the Flamingo Hotel and Casino faced a tumultuous start, Lansky's persistence and business acumen turned the establishment into a cornerstone of what Las Vegas is today. The casino became a cash cow, symbolizing the syndicate's ability to penetrate and dominate legitimate industries. Always on the lookout for new ventures, Lansky turned his gaze towards Cuba, where he saw a lucrative market in the casino industry. With a pro-business government led by Fulgencio Batista, Lansky and the syndicate found a welcoming environment to expand their operations. Establishments like the Hotel Riviera in Havana not only offered gambling but also provided avenues for money laundering and other illicit activities. However, the rise of Fidel Castro and the subsequent Cuban Revolution upended Lansky's operations, leading to significant financial losses. Lansky's genius wasn't just in earning money, but also in keeping it hidden. Understanding the scrutiny he and his operations were under, Lansky pioneered the use of offshore accounts to shield his vast wealth. Swiss bank accounts, known for their discretion and security, became a favored tool. Meyer Lansky's criminal endeavors inevitably caught the attention of the U.S. government. His most publicized interaction with the law came when he was summoned to testify before the U.S. Senate during the Kefauver hearings in the early 1950s. These hearings, initiated by Senator Estes Kefauver, aimed to shed light on the vast influence and operations of organized crime across the nation. Lansky's testimony was eagerly anticipated by both the public and officials. However, Lansky, ever the strategist, gave measured, calm, and evasive responses, revealing little and incriminating none. Over the years, Meyer Lansky faced numerous legal challenges. While authorities were well aware of his involvement in organized crime, getting substantial evidence against him proved difficult. Charges of tax evasion, illegal gambling operations, and other allegations were brought against him, but Lansky often managed to avoid convictions through a combination of top-notch legal defense, lack of concrete evidence, and at times, alleged jury tampering. The later decades of Lansky's life were marked by a gradual retreat from active involvement in criminal operations. However, this did not mean he was entirely inactive. He continued to maintain his financial interests and connections and ensure that his investments, both legal and illegal, remained profitable. The changing geopolitical landscape, especially the rise of Castro in Cuba, forced Lansky to adapt and seek out new ventures. As the 1970s rolled on, Lansky sought to disengage from the world of crime. While he had accumulated vast wealth, the constant scrutiny, legal battles, and inherent dangers of the underworld began to weigh on him. He looked for quieter avenues, attempting to legitimize his financial portfolio further and live a life away from the spotlight. This was a challenging endeavor, given his reputation and the extensive network he had built. Meyer Lansky passed away on January 15, 1983 from lung cancer, bringing an end to the life of one of America's most notorious and influential gangsters. He died leaving behind a complex legacy. While he was undeniably involved in numerous criminal enterprises, he was also a brilliant strategist and businessman who, in another life, might have been a titan of legitimate industries. His death marked the end of an era, as many of the old guard mobsters of his generation had already passed on or were in decline, making way for a new generation of organized crime figures. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the life of Meyer Lansky, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, share it with your friends, and comment below on which gangster or historical figure you'd like us to cover next. Until next time.